Hey guys, what's going on? We're getting back to it here finally. It's been a while. I'm going to be doing videos now every Tuesday, or at least recording them, and then on whatever day it is that you see them, maybe Sundays? I don't really know, but I'm going to record these on Tuesdays anyway, so, you know, you'll see it when you see it. So today we are wiring up the battery, and the goal is to get the engine to turn over. So I'm just doing a couple of soldering connections. Those are hot. And this is what the finished product looks like. And if you want to know how to tell if you've done a good job, you try and bend it. Kind of, see if I try and bend it here, you'll be able to see I can bend it no problem. The solder is wicked up into the casing and I can't bend it when I apply pressure. So that means I got a good solder in there. And then I just cleaned them up with some heat shrink. And we're going to do a little wire jobbing in here. I've also got this 200 amp breaker for my starter, just because I did only use, I think this is 4 gauge. You'd think it would say on it somewhere. It's been so long since I bought it, I don't remember. But yeah, I think it's 4 gauge. Let's find out. 4 gauge. So anyway, you typically use a bit larger gauge than that when you go to start a vehicle. But normally most people that are doing that are doing it with V8s. This is a 4-cylinder. It's not super high compression. So I decided to risk it and go with the lower gauge. Not to save money and not to save weight, but maybe just a combination of both. And also I just wanted to try it out. So we're going to see, and then if it turns over without burning out the wire, then you guys will know that that's what you want to do. And if it turns over and it does burn the wire, well then I'll put new wire in. But yeah, we also got our quick disconnect here, and we're just having some fun working on the car. I haven't touched it in quite a while. Had a kid, threw me back, but I'm going to continue documenting the build of this car, and we're going to get some stuff done. I forgot to say I'm testing out a new camera. I hope it's a little bit better quality. I plan on buying a camera soon, but there's a lot of things I need to do to improve my videos. But anyway, I want to give you guys a cockpit view of the car. I know we just finished doing the wiring in the back, or tried to finish anyway. Got as far as we could for the day. Sun is starting to go down, so I want to show you what I'm picturing here. So, instrument cluster right here, original buttons. That's going to be our airflow for our HVAC system. I'm leaving the HVAC stuff all factory, so that's where the heat cooling is. Then we got our kill switch up here. So when you're in an emergency, you're like, bah, 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 super intense. You just pull that out. That'll be zip tied in so it doesn't fall out. But yeah, I think that should be a pretty good location. Then this is our go button. Boom. Pretty stoked about that. So we're going to have this mounted up right about here. And that's a mess of tools, passenger seat right there. Yeah, I think this is going to be pretty sweet. I'm pretty low down, as you can see. Proper race car. I have this in eye level right now, like my eyes are right here. And if I'm sitting in a seat, it'll be more like this. But she's going to be pretty intense. Pretty stoked, guys. Pretty stoked. So anyway, I need to put this kill switch in. I got to wire up the power. And once I do that and get everything safe and secured, we're going to turn this puppy over. So the rest of these connections are cool now, and we are ready to hook up the battery. So next step is just finish up the connections in the front, and then we're going to turn things over. And I gotta not forget to put oil in the transmission and oil in the engine. We are not turning this thing over dry. That would make me very sad. Okay guys, let's show you the finished product. We got our starter and main power wires completed, and I got to go to the other side of the battery to show you the ground. But all the wiring's done in the back. I got my 100 amp starting fuse here that currently right now is going to be tripped because I don't want the starter starting yet, for reasons I'll explain in just a second. So in the car, we got our rear grounded to the old seatbelt buckle spot. Looks pretty clean, I think. Wire could have been a bit shorter, but I left it longer in case I want to move the battery further back. So yeah, cleaned up all right. Now we'll show you what we got. So here's our starter switch. We got our starter relay. You'll notice I don't have the starter connected again. I do not want this engine turning over yet. Again, I'll show you why in a minute. I got a 3 amp fuse for my relay. Now that's actually just to complete the circuit. I don't really think it would ever pull 3 amps. And if it did pull 3 amps, I think it might wreck something anyway, but I digress. And then we got 10 amps for the starter. This might be a bit low, but I'm hoping I can get away. That's just the starter relay solenoid, not the actual starter itself. So I'm hoping 10 amps is enough. If not, we might have to upsize. Our wire is sized for 30 amps, so we could go up, but we're starting with 10, just because that's the fuse I had. So power comes in from our main power switch, and you'll notice there is no main power right now. I'm going to push the starter button. Nothing happens. Drop the main power, and without grounding anything out, I'm going to push this and you'll hear this relay click. Hopefully you heard that. So yeah, that's the victory. Got pretty much everything wired in the car now that needs to be wired for the engine to run. I essentially just need to tie these grounds in for the ECU, which I'm not going to do yet, but that's literally all I need to do for the ECU to be running. So this car could run as soon as we get fuel in. Wiring is essentially complete. Now obviously I've got to clean it up and you know, plug the fuel pump in, which the fuel pump wiring is back there. I don't know if you can see it. This is the red wire here. So everything's kind of good to go. We were going to start it this summer, but a couple of things happened. So I'll just say that I was really excited to try and get this done, but I did have a kid and I was doing something else. You might remember I said there's something really big happening in the garage. Well, that took up a lot of time, and as car projects go, I didn't get as far on this as I wanted to get. So next summer should be a lot better. When you have a kid, you just cannot get a lot done, especially in the first few months. So that's okay. It was totally worth it. But definitely, the car is not finished. So yeah, to be continued next summer. One more thing I got to show you. That was a bit of a bummer. A bit of a crappy way to end the season, but that's how it goes. So we were going to fill up the engine with engine oil. I'll show a scene of that maybe. And get the transmission fluid filled up and get it ready to turn over. And, well, went to go check the oil, and the oil thing was stuck. It wasn't coming out. And being in a rush and having a friend over and kind of rushing myself and feeling like I didn't want to take forever with my buddy standing there helping me out, I did something really stupid, and I decided to just pull harder because it wasn't working, so just pull harder. Well, this is what happens. That's a broken off wire. There's now a sensor broken off in the oil pan, which means I can't turn this engine over. And I'll just put this back in here. I just thought this was like, it says oil sensor, oil temp sensor, oil level sensor, oil fill sensor, I think is probably what it says. It's worn off. And I just thought it was like a temperature sensor, you know, and it just sensed the temperature. I didn't realize it was a fill sensor and that it was basically stuck in there. I was really dumb and ripped it off. So now, not a big deal, just got to drop the oil pan and pull that out. Problem is, to drop this oil pan, I got to take the engine part way out of the car. And that is really, really annoying. There's just no room to get in there. And so it's going to be difficult, and because my driveway is not level and a bunch of other reasons, I just can't do it this year. Going to have to do it in the spring, which is really disappointing because we were very, very close to having a turning over engine and potentially running engine. But that's all right. That's how these things go. We got other stuff on the go. Basically, this video is to let you guys know that this channel is not dead, although I haven't posted anything in a while. I want to keep documenting my car so that someday I can look back at this and go, geez, it came a long way. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. I think that's all we got for now. We'll catch you in the next one. What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? What shall we do with the drunken sailor? Early in the morning, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, early in the morning. This piece of solder fell off just now, and I don't know what it reminds me of, but I thought it was kind of an interesting shape. Thought I'd share. See you guys in the next one.